Former Scotland Yard head Peter Bleksley has urged the police to have an outbreak of «blue flu», where they can all protest about the pay freeze, which entails a no increase in income for officers earning over £24,000. Mr. Bleksley suggested officers should take a longer time in responding to calls or call in sick to demonstrate their opposition to the government's decision. Speaking on Jeremy Vine on 5 Show on Tuesday, Mr. Bleksley, one of the founder members of Scotland Yard's undercover unit, was appalled by the prospect of a pay freeze. He said, "Giving a persistent offender a high-vis jacket and litter pickup is about the most useless way to try and tease somebody away from a life of crime I've ever heard about. And basically this plan of the government's today is just a sticking plaster over a gaping wound." Mr. Bleksley continued, "When asked to answer a 999 call, they could drive within the speed limit, not overtake on the wrong side of the road, not go through a red light. And of course, they have the ultimate sanction, which has happened in other countries, but not in the UK, and that is to have an outbreak of blue flu, whereby every police officer in their land could call in sick one day to make their voice heard." Last week, Home Secretary Priti Patel finalised the plans for the police pay freeze, with officers who earn more than £24,000 having no change to their pay. The decision has received criticism from high-ranking officers as well as the Police Federation of England and Wales. Related videos. GMB. Susanna Grill's Kit Malthouse on Cut to Police. John Apter, the chairman of the Federation, delivered a letter to Downing Street expressing the anger of his members, damning the government's new plan as old ideas presented as new. Mr. Bleksley went on to say, "There are many things police officers could do by way of showing their dissent on their days off. They could refuse to answer their phones or turn them off, so they can't be called in to do overtime." He added, "Now imagine what Boris Johnson and the government today actually would be if there were no armed police officers at the end of Downing Street." Trending: no armed polices and police officers in the Houses of Parliament, and not a single police officer on the streets of Britain. Policing Minister Kit Malthouse pledged that the government would do other things to make police officers feel valued and supported. Officers who earn more than £24,000 are subject to a pay freeze this year, compared with NHS staff who will receive 3%, and firefighters and local government workers who will get 1.5%. Mr. Malthouse told Sky News, "We want to make sure that officers feel valued and rewarded and are supported in doing their job. And while obviously a decision was taken last week around pay, which is tough, there are lots of other things about policing which have been good over the last couple of years. It has been tough this year. I hope we can return to some kind of normality in the future, but our economy is in some difficulties. Obviously, the private sector has taken a big hit, and it is the private sector that pays for the public sector, and we have to balance all those things.